some shows like say Wheel of Fortune, you got the people, they competing against each other, but they lined up next to each other. They all lined up next to each other facing the game board, because the ultimate goal is to what? Beat the game. And you look at other shows, and you'll see the host and then the guest next to the host. But this fool, where's this fool at? My bad. I was trying to finish my sandwich.
Right.
With three breads, like I was saying, you see the host and then the guest next to each other. We good? Yeah, man, you good. You can go. Here. No. Do it yourself. So why is Gail and Kell's sitting across from each other? Now it's like a face-off. You see what I'm saying? It's like him against her. And then the camera is behind her. So who is the camera? The camera is the audience. And who is the audience? Us. Y'all, us. So now it's him against her and the audience. So with that camera view, like mentally, like not even really like on purpose, like you automatically like start veering towards her side. Like now you against him. So when he get loud and he stand up and you looking at it like, hey man, this fool tripping, getting in her face like that. When they widen the camera angle to when there's space behind her, you know, all that empty space, that represents standing room. And that standing room for who? For you, us, the audience. You're like, what? What do you mean? So I'm gonna break it down for y'all. So you're not physically in the room, but like mentally, like you putting yourself like in the room. Now y'all all behind her. You know, like y'all standing behind her and y'all having her back. You know what I mean? And she don't even need y'all. Feel me? Now hopefully y'all was paying attention and y'all noticed that he asked, is that camera on? Now, you in the interview, getting interviewed, why would you be asking if a camera is on? That's a good point, Merce. Thank you, sir. Reason being is one or two things. Now, either that camera was just sitting there unmanned, meaning nobody was owning it, working it, or it was the camera that was like behind her that was filming him first, and then they moved it. You see what I'm saying? Because if you notice, when he talking, it looked like the camera's like right directly in his face. Or maybe like slightly to the right a little bit. When he talking and giving his answers, it's like the camera's like down there right there. So now, this is where the sneaky shit come into play at. So now I advise you to open all your windows, turn your AC up on full blast, because I'm about to turn the heat all the way up. I'm talking Inferno Ether. Now watch somebody try to bite that and make that the title of their album or their single, Inferno Ether. Just remember you heard it here first. Now that snapshot of him standing over her pointing, if the camera that took that shot was like directly behind her, like directly behind her head, it would have looked stupid or irrelevant. You want to know why? Because you see him point at an angle, and at that angle wouldn't be facing her. Oops, my bad. I just exposed somebody. Oh well. So they give you the angle from behind her, but like right over her shoulder. You know? Say like if two people was talking, and you can't see the other person, you just know somebody in front of you, look like, man, what the? You look from behind the person like, man, what is that? That's finna be my thing. I'm finna bring that out. You finna see me doing that. Watch people try to bite like, yeah. But yeah, the angle from right over her shoulder, from that distance, you know, it looked like he getting at her, like, you know what I'm saying? You looking like, man, is he talking to her? Like from that, like I said, like that's where the angle and these camera views, these angles come into play. Like that's what it's saying, and that's not even what's really going on. But please, with this info, please go rewatch the video and look at it for yourself. You'll notice that when he pointing, look at his eyes. His eyes, I don't want to really say never, because it's possible he might glance over her. But when he's pointing, he's not even looking at her, and he's not even pointing at her. So if you watch and look at it, it's like it's obvious that he's not talking to her. Like he's always looking and pointing at the camera, never at her. So now you see why she didn't feel like he was gonna do nothing to her, because she knew he wasn't even talking to her. He wasn't even directed towards her. So with that said, I got some homework for y'all. Definitely go watch and reevaluate that video with all this information. Go look up, of course, Elvis, Woody Allen, Harvey Weinstein. Definitely look up this Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein dude, man. Horrible. And you got all these people that's, you know, all on your timeline, blowing up your timeline with all this R.Kelly stuff. He's a piece of shit. He's a punk, pedophile, mute R.Kelly. I tell you what, look up the date when that Surviving R.Kelly documentary crap, when that came out. Look up the date that came out, that it aired. Find that date on these people's timeline and scroll back a month, 3 months, 6 months to a year from that date. And then you just see how anti-R. Kelly these people really are. Straight like that. And remember, don't just believe it because they said it. Stop to think and go from there. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all next week.
Is it Monday yet? Got me waiting on the show like it's income tax. Facts. I can't wait to see what this man Merce finna talk about this week. Celebrity gossip or some personal-ish. Some upcoming music or some comedy skits. Either way, I'm tapped in. All at work can't work cause I'm watching. Did you see that interview he did with Two Pops? Or when he caught that fool stealing at the time clock? Hilarious. Man, you can't compare his talent to the rest, cause the rest ain't relevant. That one with Fred Krug, man, that was the scariest. Oldest living person in the vent tenants. Guaranteed to have you laughing till you own your back. Have you checking through your pockets, where my Monday at? Monday, never be the same on Tuesday.
With Merce.
Tryna hump your crush on Wednesday.
With Merce.
Throw a thigh back on Thursday.
With Merce.
On Monday, I'm the reason why it's fine, nigga, Friday. Monday, take a sip, shake your hips on Saturday. On Monday, get your rest reset on Sunday.
With Merce.